Ms. Beatty, the top of page 51 is the transcript reference?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Gilman, can you please resume playing this?
I'm drinking over the last several months more because of all the job issues.
Yeah, what you drinking?
Typically, whiskey,
Whiskey? Yeah.
Glenfiddich.
Vodka at all?
No.
Whiskey?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Katie,
You're German, you must drink beer.
not so much actually, but
Yeah, whiskey,
Katie,
yeah.
when I was with Katie before, and then recently she did like to make martinis.
Oh, martinis, yeah. Okay.
She really does a good job. She learned very well to do martinis. So yeah, and then Thursday we started off with, I started off with martinis.
Yeah.
She offered martini in
Thursday?
the afternoon. So yeah.
What
I
kind?
remember that.
What kind? Martinis.
30.
Oh, dirty, yeah, regular. No chocolate or anything like that, just dirty.
Vodka, I think is.
I'm a martini guy myself. As well, so, yeah. And make some pretty good ones too. Yeah.
And then switch to whiskey.
Tough mix.
Any idea when you made that switch, what time it was?
It was around when we started watching the TV show, Sons of Monarchy.
Okay.
Again, she started to get angry, and I got a little annoyed by the fact that there was a lot of arguing going on from this side. So I just said, okay, let me take some whiskey. I got to relax here.
Yeah.
That's a tough mix. Whiskey and vodka.
I found out.
I can do vodka and beer. Whiskey and vodka is
I didn't
a
think
tough
about it.
mix.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
get my nerves calmed down.
Yeah.
So I drank a lot of whiskey
Yeah.
and then
What kind? What's your favorite?
again Glenfiddich.
Oh, no, fish.
I was downstairs, right? You guys watching that?
Yeah, but I'm sure I took it upstairs and
Yeah.
The fight obviously continued upstairs.
yes, it did.
Yeah. And she remained the aggressor, right?
She had a very aggressive language toward me, and I didn't really understand why she wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Actually, we did go upstairs with some drinks. I believe we had sex,
Yeah.
but again, that was consensual. You know, she initiated it. And then she looked at my phone and saw text messages of an old friend that she always despised.
A girlfriend? Or
No,
a friend?
no.
Guy friend?
A friend,
Yeah.
but a female.
Oh, no, I don't mean like girlfriend. Is it girlfriend? But I mean a girl who's a friend or a guy who's a friend?
Yeah, 15, 16 years ago, we had one moment of making out a little bit. That's all.
Oh, yeah. So it was
Never
a
really
woman.
any kind of, she's a woman.
A woman for, okay, no, that's what I meant.
And she saw the text messages, and she wanted to see what we talked about during our separation time. I said, don't do this because there's angry words in there because we were in a war mode. I don't think she and I
Yeah.
were very angry at each other, and so on. I said, please don't look at the messages because they are not true for today. That was 2 or 3 months ago. But she wanted to see what has been said.
Did you let us see him?
Huh?
Did you let us see him?
Yeah, because we said we are being transparent now and we are not doing the hiding stuff anymore. I said, okay. And we said, how about your text messages? Oh, I'm smarter than you. I deleted all this stuff. I said, but I wanted to keep it because I wanted to give you trust that you can see it, but I didn't understand that you get angry at stuff that's 3 months old. That's been told, was said, this angry emotions.
Yeah.
And then she got really angry again because she saw some stuff that she didn't like. Really angry again.
Did she start hitting you? I'm sure she did.
I think again, I don't exactly remember, but something hit me
About what time do you think this was?
late. Must have been pretty late. And again, I'm sorry, I can't give you exact time frames.
How much do you think you would drink in a day overall? In a year?
I'm not drinking throughout the day. I start typically at 5.
At 5, yeah. But now you're talking what, midnight, before or after?
Yeah, probably after,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
The martinis and all this cream. So, sorry.
And then what, Joe? Go ahead, Harry.
I think I choked her
You think you did?
as a reaction to that aggressive aggression situation.
And then what happened?
She passed out.
She passed out.
She was fighting first and I was continuing, and she passed out and realized we did the far problem.
When did that happen? In the bed or in the bed or?
That area, I remember that.
All right.
And then what? After she passed out, was she on the bed or like on the floor?
I believe she was on the floor.
Yeah.
I think, again, to me it was too far.
Yeah.
So now I panicked and said I need to put her somewhere. So
Yep.
And then what?
again, I have really very little memory about this stuff, and it's just a little bit there, and I drove somewhere in the woods. I'm not sure.
You drove somewhere in the woods?
Yeah,
Did you?
what is that?
How did you get her out of the house?
Carried her.
You carried her? You
I
put her?
think.
Do you think you put her in a bag or anything? Or you just carried her out? Did you carry her over your shoulder or did you carry her like this? How did you put her hand straight? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. And where did you put her when you carried her out? Where was the Jeep parked? In the garage or was it parked in the driveway?
Again, I'm not 100% sure.
What do you think, Tom? You know, I don't think you're crowned. I think you made a mistake. You know what I mean? I think you just made a mistake, right? Am I right? And I know you're not a criminal. I think you just made a mistake. And now, sitting here this long, I could tell, even from, I've been watching you, Harry, from outside there, and I could tell Harry was just eating at you. You know what I mean? Looking at you from that window.
At the end of the day, right?
I've been watching your body language, and I can
Sorry,
tell.
guys. I'm so sorry.
I can tell it's just eating at you. And I think it's time. Harry, I'm a guy that's been known to have a few drinks myself, and I go, there are a lot of times I think, I'd like to say I don't remember, but I do, and it's convenient for me to say I don't remember, and I wish I didn't remember, but I did. And you know what?
I don't remember this text message or something. I don't really remember having done such stuff.
I think you remember, I think you're being not all the way honest. I do think you're being pretty honest. I think you made a mistake. I think you're being pretty honest. But I don't think you're being all the way honest. I think you really don't want to think about it, but I do think you remember what happened a lot more clear than you're saying. I do. And I really wish we could just get it all out of here. You know what I mean? Like, you were in the bed, up in the room. Pretty sure you do remember. You choked her. And it would just help us if we got a much clearer picture. And like I said, as a guy that has a few myself, it's like, hey, I still remember it. And I got to tell you, I watched the video the next day of you coming home in the hotel, and you parked the car straight. You seem to be walking pretty clear. I know you weren't on the right mind, but I think you remember a lot clearer. What else can you tell us, Harry? What else? Please.
It's all I got right now. I don't remember even having driven to the hotel. I really don't.
You know?
No,
So-
I don't.
So when she hit you and you choked her, did she fall to the ground?
I think it wasn't a bed.
I'm sorry?
I think it wasn't a bed. But I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure. It's all.
When she hit you, Harry, was she saying anything? Did she say?
She's screaming the whole time.
Yeah.
Soul and the motherfucker. And a bad man. And blah blah blah.
Who was she talking about? The person on the phone?
Yeah, the text
Text on the
messages that
phone.
I was saying, hey, that's the other woman that She acted like a widow or something, and said, and then she talked about something.
Have you guys argued about this woman before?
Oh yeah,
Calling you a
oh
text
yeah,
me?
that's a very good point. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Right early in our relationship, she became suspicious of her, although there is nothing
Yeah.
sexual or something.
But that's something that just kind of ate at her the whole time.
all the
It always
time.
did.
Now
aggravated
she's
her. Yeah.
again there, and
Yeah.
you have to correct.
What was her
Actually,
name?
what?
What was her name?
Kate Kelly,
Kate Kelly.
Yeah. Where she live?
New Hampshire. Not sure exactly where, because I'm just texting with her.
Yeah.
I met her many, many, many years ago. I think I did surgery on her father.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
So,
And then that's right. That was always a target for her. Although I told her, there's nothing to worry about. All there is talking going on,
Yeah.
checking into each other. There's nothing sexual.
Do you think you hit her at all, or do you think you just, I mean, like, lashed out when you hit her, or do you think you just choked her?
I believe I just shook her.
Just choked her? For how long do you think? Any idea?
No. I don't know.
so Harry, you're a doctor. Do you think she stopped breathing? Do you think she was dead?
I believe so.
In the bedroom, she was dead. Okay.
When you got her down to the car, how far do you think you drove? And which way, do you remember?
That's a good question.
Like, how long do you think you were in the car for?
I'm honest. I'm telling you, it's very hard. The hotel, when you guys said you saw me on the video coming to the hotel, I don't really remember. I haven't been there, but
Yeah, it was about 5:22.
I don't really.
Do you think you drove, like, the normal route you would have drove from, like, you had gone back and forth several times from the hotel to that house. Do you think you drove that same route you would have drove as if you would just go in the hotel and maybe stop somewhere else along the way on the road? Or did you go to a place you remembered, or
It's
you have a place in mind?
remember.
You went to the facility.
But again, not necessarily all the way up, rather than just somewhere in the woods area.
Do you remember any landmarks, like a tree or a sign or water?
Some water, yeah. Some water was around there, yeah.
How far would you say from the road, from the time you start driving to where you left her? You know,
Did you leave her in the ground, like, after a tree? Did you leave her in the water? How are we gonna find her? Was she in grass? Was it gravel? It was in the woods?
did you just carry her like regular, or did you put her in something? Or carry her, I mean, a bag, a box, or anything?
Not that I remember.
No? Okay.
So Harry, when you carried her out of the house, you went down the stairs, through the kitchen, into the garage? That's the route you took? The side door there, out to the garage? Yeah, all right. And the Jeep, you don't know, was it in the driveway or was it in the garage?
I think it wasn't in the garage.
Okay.
And you put her in like the back, like that cargo area, or the back seat? Okay.
No, I put her in the front seat.
Oh, in the front seat?
Was she sitting up, or how'd you put her in there?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Can I tell me what you did? You drove to that location, directly there, the tennis courts?
I believe so, yeah.
You remember where you parked?
No,
Okay. So you get to the tennis courts. Now, do you take your Jeep into the woods?
no.
You park right at the courts and you get out of the vehicle?
It's, yeah,
Was it the side of the road, or were you in like a parking space, or
Parking
just on the shoulder, or
I know it's on, there's a parking space.
parking space there?
Okay. Then you get out and then you go to the passenger side front door. Open it up.
Probably.
Huh?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
And how far do you think from the vehicle to the woods? Like in the area you put her in the woods, do you remember, like, was there a lot of bushes, a lot of trees, a lot
Bushes
of
and again
rocks?
some water.
And there was water?
Yeah.
Like running water, like a stream or river, or like a pond or a swamp or a lake?
No, water. Kind of half being authorized.
Like by a pond, I mean like a small, like flat, or was it like running water, like a stream or a river? You don't think it was running?
We talked about the trails that marked around up there. You familiar? You remember which trail you went up? No, the dark.
How far do you think? Like a 30-second walk, 15-second walk, 2-minute walk?
So,
But not like right there. You walked a little ways. And then what, Harry? How much? You put her down?
yeah.
Cover up, Harry. Did you were?
That's
Okay. What was she wearing?
the same stuff that she was wearing, I believe, some exercise clothes, but I'm not sure 100%.
Okay. You know what color they were? Or? Okay. So you put her down. You stayed there for a little bit? Or you leave right away? What did you do? You left? When you left,
I'm not sure about all the timelines.
Did you go back to the house at all? Or did you go right to the hotel?
I'm sure.
You don't remember? So you could have done, either you could have gone back to the house, or you could have...
I have no recollection how I got to the hotel.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I said I have no recollection how I got to the hotel.
Did you go back to the hotel and go to sleep?
I'm not sure what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Remember, you tried to harm yourself at the hotel?
I don't remember that. Really not. I kept drinking, I think.
Do you think there's any chance you'd be able to find either on a map or you say where she was? Do you think you'd remember well enough? No. But when you got in the car from the house, how long would you guess you were driving for before you pulled over? Like less than 5 minutes, or less than 3 minutes, or between 5 and 10? I mean, think you could give us a general time frame?
Well, you said you talked to the little tennis courts, right? Is that accurate?
I believe so, yeah. I'm not sure, really not. It's not that far away. I can't give you any timelines in there. It's very difficult for me to remember any timelines.
Yeah, I know time is not.
Well, you're positive though, it's the spot we talked about.
Sorry?
Well, you're positive though, it's the spot we talked about. I said you're positive though, it's the location we discussed earlier.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, where the tennis courts are. Okay.
And just, most importantly, there was some water there.
Like how close was she to the water? Like you could see it from where you were, or she's close to the water?
If you're right on the edge of the water.
On the edge of the water? Could she have fallen in water or gone in the water?
Possibly.
Possibly. So she might be in water. She could be.
Possibly.
Okay.
But when you left her though, she wasn't in the water.
And as I said, it's half.
You know, so you think there's a good chance anyway, or a decent chance she could be in water?
I don't know.
Yeah. But she could be. What do you think, Harry? Do you think you left her in a way where maybe you didn't want anybody to find her?
Possibly.
You know what, I really do appreciate you being honest. And like I said, I think the leaves are coming out, as things are coming out and you're talking about them, you seem to be remembering a little bit more. Now, I mean, to me, you've already gotten over the hump. You've already gotten off hard part. I mean, she hit you. You kind of lost your mind. You guys were both, you and her were both drinking all day. You know, you lost, you had that bad 30 seconds, the bad mistake. But I mean, you had a bad minute, a bad 30 seconds, whatever it was. But now you're being honest about it. And what we'd really appreciate it if you were all the way honest. You know, talking to people now, there may be some luggage, some other things missing from the house, and I think maybe this part you're honest about what happened, but I think you might be embarrassed about what happened after. But I think right now you need to be honest all the way through about everything. Did you put her something and maybe try to weight her down and put her in water where no one would find her? Is that what happened? That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. That maybe I wasn't in your shoes, I can't say what you're thinking, I can't tell you everything you remembered you didn't, but I think maybe you tried to put her somewhere where you thought no one would find her. Is she in something? Is she maybe weighted down or in that water where maybe it would be hard for someone to find her?
I didn't put her in something as far as I remember.
Yeah. But she could be in the water. We've gone this far, Harry. We've gone this far. Let's get it all out, because what's going to happen is, in the end, once everything is pieced together, it's kind of all going to fit. So if we get the truth now, be a lot better for everybody. Let's get the whole truth out now. Like, maybe you can give us a little bit better area we should look, and I think you can give us a how we should look. But take a minute and think about it. See if you can help us out here. So you've gotten over the hump, you've gotten over the hard part. Let's hear it all. Let's hear everything.
I didn't know how to do it.
I know you. You're a smart man. There. Is she in any kind of container, Harry?
Not that I remember.
No?
No.
When you carried her out, did you carry her like in front of you, like to here, like a scoop, or over your head, or over your shoulder? Do you remember?
I think it's more 2 hands, I believe.
Like in front of you, just held her in the front? Yeah. Was she bleeding or anything? No?
I don't know.
Just take a drink, kind of catch your breath, and think about it, Harry. So your cup's right there for you, right?
It's sitting right now.
Right there. Is there anything right now, Harry, you can think about that could help us out as far as, like I say, finding her? For everybody concerned, your family, hers, us, we've had a lot of guys working around the clock, kind of, answer a lot of questions for a lot of people. Maybe help a lot of other people to move on, your family, her family, everybody. A mistake was made here. Let's do everything we can to kind of make the rest of this whole scenario as easy for everybody else as possible. You know what I mean? It's fine, let's get on with.
Let's get on.
So that people can have the peace, have this ceremony for the family, and
I think what Rich is trying to say is everything else you can remember to help us find her, just so we can go tell our kids tonight that we found her. That's what we want to do.
we're past the hard part, Gary. We're past the hard part.
We just want to go tell her kids and her family we found her. So is there anything else you can tell us?
And that you helped us find her. That you made a mistake, and you helped us find her because you were thinking of them. A mistake was made, but that you care about these people and that you're thinking about them. And it might seem a little thing, it could be a big thing to others if you could just help us out a little bit more with this.
Using water.
She is in water?
Yes.
Okay. Like a lake or a pond?
Pond.
Wow, where is this pond?
It's close around the corner from the house.
To the house? Okay.
To the right side. I'm not sure what the name of the pond is.
Okay.
What street is the pond on, man?
What's that?
What street is the pond on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know what the name is of the street.
Okay. So we're leaving your driveway, and down your street, which way do I go?
Go to the right,
Go right, okay.
on the driveway, then the left, and then the right.
So wait,
And then the next right.
so I go down to your driveway, and I go to your street, I take a right. Okay?
Yeah, you,
And then I take my next left,
yes. And then
then what do I do?
you get on Walpole Street.
And do I take a right or left on Walpole?
Right, that's it.
So right on Walpole, okay. And then what do I do?
I think the next right again.
Then the next right, which is, you know the name of that street? Okay. So I take that next right, Harry, and then where do I go?
Not 100% sure. Because again, it's a little wishy, but I think on the left side of that street there are two new constructions. And one of them, the left side house is on the pond.
They're building new houses on this
No, they
pond?
are built already. They're
Oh, they're
already
built.
since several years.
Do you think this pond is still in Dover?
Yeah, it's
No, it's in Dover, right there?
Now, is this pond behind one of the newer homes?
Yeah,
It is. Okay.
and she was right on the beginning of the pond with the new home that hasn't sold.
So,
How far in the water is she, do you think?
A couple feet.
Is she in a suitcase?
No, she's not in the suitcase.
She's not, nothing tied around her, or she's not in anything, she's just in the water? Okay.
okay, so if we make that, we take the right on Walpole Street, we'll take the next right, okay?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, then we go down a little bit, the two houses are on the left-hand side, one of them's for sale.
Both are for sale. One is sold and one is for sale, yes. And the
Okay.
one for sale not being sold is the one that I drove and then
I'm sorry, the what?
the one that is not sold yet.
Not so, do they have
That's on the left side of the double driveway.
left side of the door?
You know the color?
The house?
Yeah.
Not sure. It's
Okay.
whitish, beige.
Okay, so we're gonna, the house is on the left-hand side, so if I look at the house, I'm going to go to the house on the
That's
left.
in the pond right there. And
The pond's to the left of the house?
Yes.
Okay. And she's definitely in the water,
Yeah.
but only a couple feet in, you think, right? Okay.
And
Now,
those houses there with it, do you notice any cars in the driveway that would stick out?
On the other side, I mean, the house that is sold, I think there were cars and something, but I don't.
You don't remember what kind, what color? Or big one? Okay.
and how big, is it a big pond? Is it
It's
big
a
enough?
pretty big pond,
So if I'm approaching the home, and I see the pond on my left-hand
yeah.
side,
Yeah.
where am I gonna go to find her? Like, am I gonna go on?
Right and there's the garage, and we go right in front of the garage down to the pond.
Next to the garage?
Yeah.
How did you know this place?
We looked at the houses actually a couple of years ago.
Oh, to buy? Yeah.
And there's nothing weighing her down or anything like that?
So
There's nothing weighting her down?
I may have put a rock on top of her, but I'm not sure. That's
Okay.
Okay. But nothing was tied around her, that's, I mean, So tell us after you put her in the pond, what did you do?
And as far as I remember, but please don't take me for granted.
Okay.
Because again, it's not really all together. I think I go back home as a to-go work, got some stuff, and then somehow I ended up at the hotel.
So you go back home, you know what you picked up at the house?
I think I'm wallet.
You picked up your wallet?
But I'm not sure.
Okay. You know what you parked when you came back home? You pulled back into the driveway, into the garage, or did you leave the drive?
I believe I was in the driveway.
Up in the driveway? Okay. What door did you use? Did you go through the garage and the side door in there?
I don't remember.
Okay. So you go inside, you grab your wallet, you grab anything else?
Probably whiskey.
Some more whiskey. Okay.
But I'm not sure. Again, I continued to drink throughout the whole thing.
Okay.
As far as I remember is concerned.
And then what did you do?
I'm sure again, somehow I ended up in the hotel. I really don't remember how I got there.
Is there anything else you want to say, Harry? Like,
I'm so sorry, but
I know.
honestly,
should have.
I really loved her. I thought we gotta figure this thing out. I really thought we do. She was so angry the whole evening. Do you understand? Sorry. I don't know.
And Harry,
I'm sorry.
Those marks on you, Harry, that was it bushes and stuff you went through? Is that what it was that you scraped up
Bushes were in the pond, yes.
right there?
Yeah.
On the dark. You don't think anybody saw you?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Could be.
you just pull off to the side, go straight there, to get out?
Drove over to the garage.
Oh, you drove to the garage.
Again,
To like the garage of one of the houses?
then again, there was a vent, it's an empty house.
Oh, you knew it was empty?
Yeah, it's for sale, it's
Yeah.
hadn't sold yet.
I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe.
When was the last time you guys looked at those houses?
This was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. They still didn't sell them all yet, or they kept building?
Sold one and didn't sell the other one. I'm not sure why. I believe, again, maybe wrong.
And Harry, you said she was in the front seat, she was in the front seat?
Sorry.
She was in the front seat, you said?
Yes. Why?
I'm sorry?
Why?
Oh, no, you have to know where you put her in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Anything else at all, Harry, you want to say or what?
I'm sorry.
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Harry, you knew she was deceased when you put her in the pond, right?
What's that?
You knew she was dead when you put her in the pond, right?
Panic.
I'm sorry?
I panicked in that moment. I didn't want her dead. I wanted to calm her down. And I said, shit,
Well, we believe that you're not a criminal.
shit, shit. I didn't want that. I didn't. I was not. I didn't want it.
just to, you know, make sure we get it right. You think you were in the bed, next to the bed? What's happened?
Yes. That, I believe.
Did you call anybody after, Harry, tell them what you did?
Again, I didn't even remember her text message, I suppose I'd say.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you don't remember talking to anybody else after this?
No. Oh, I
Okay.
just wanted to hide it all and disappear.
I mean, you're obviously very sorry for what you did. State found you in.
And Harry, is that pond, is it all surrounded by that brush that cut you off? Is there a lot of that brush?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. On that part, definitely that part, yeah.
But the water is, it's behind the house that's for sale? It's like part of the same property, it's like, house for sale. You remember the color of the house? No.
Again, it's kind of whitish.
Okay, light color. So when you walk down, you went in the driveway, you had to walk around, what, the right or the left side of the house?
This-
Oh, the driveway's not directly in
There's
front?
the house and
Yeah.
the garage this way, and then stopped here, took out, and walked right down to the pond.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
Just wondered about that.
Okay.
Harry, is there anything that we didn't discuss here that you think we should know? That we missed?
So
Are there any details that we missed that you think that we should know?
Anything we might find out later that we might have questions about? Or two?
Okay, 8:59 PM on Saturday, May 16th, 2020, we're going to terminate the meeting.